Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about cam timing once again. This is just a relatively stock 5.2 318 Magnum small block Mopar. We did a little bit of machine work to it, bored it 30 over, decked it 10 thousandths, and just a little bit of head work. But we had a cam reground for a little bit of better specs than a stock cam, and went to degree it in and found some issues here. Now I want you to know right off, it's not the cam grinder's problem. The cam is fine. I actually have checked this cam in another engine with another chain just for giggles, and it's right on. There's nothing wrong with the grind. But basically, this video is to tell you about how important it is to check the cam timing when you put in a new cam. This just has a basic link bar silent chain replacement timing chain on it, and the timing is significantly off. We degreed this cam in, and I ended up getting 118 3/4 intake center line. Now that's not where you want it. Being that this is a reground camshaft from factory cam, you're kind of stuck within the lobe separation angle that it is made with originally. And I believe these cams are usually about 114 LSA. The cam doctor showed 115 after it was ground, and that's pretty close. But because of that, we're stuck with that. But being 115, I'd like to put the intake center line around 110 or 111, about 4 degrees advanced, to give a little bit more low end power and a little bit more compression, cranking compression. So if I would have just put this together dot to dot, it would have been what, 15, 16, 17, 18, almost 9 or 4 degrees retarded, which would have lowered cranking compression, killed torque, and probably killed power altogether. The cam's not big enough to carry much RPM anyways, so having a camshaft that was that far retarded would not help you at all. So that's the important thing. Now this chain is not adjustable. You can get offset keys. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take this chain off. I've got an adjustable gear set over here that I'm going to use instead. This is a Rollmaster, one of the basic street performance gears. It's got an iron gear on top, then a billet on the bottom, and then it has, I think, like 9 keyways or something like that, adjustable. And I can go ahead and tune that into where I want it. But I just wanted to talk to you about that, because if I would have just bolted this together, put it dot to dot with that 4 degrees retarded, it would have been a dog. It wouldn't have had any low end power. It wouldn't have ran that great. And honestly, it would have just been a turd, pretty much. But we're going to fix that. I'm going to go ahead and put an adjustable gear on it and get it around 110 intake center line. Bump up a little bit of cranking compression. I believe this engine will be about 9.5 to 1. I think it actually came out to about 9, 3 point something, 9.4 to 1 compression when it's all said and done. So a little bit more cranking compression would help it a little bit, build a little bit more torque, and be in the operating range that this engine is going to run, especially with that intake center line. It's very wide. It's going to be a very smooth idle camshaft, and it's not going to have very much RPM anyways. I mean, this engine will be out of steam probably about 5,000 RPM, maybe 5,400, somewhere through there, 5,500 maybe, since it's a smaller cubic inch, but not much after that. But anyways, that cam was just reground just for a little bit better performance. The stock cams are pretty much garbage. I mean, they fit in with the emission rules and stuff, but you can regrind the cam. This camshaft has, like I said, it's on 115 lobe separation angle, but at 50, it has 210 degrees on the intake and 216 on the exhaust. So it's a very small cam, but considering I think the factory cam was like a 190 or 180 something at 50, you know, it's 10 or 15 to 20 degrees more cam timing. So it should wake it up a little bit, but usually you'll see quite a bit of mid-range torque and a good chunk of horsepower at the top end by giving it a little bit more duration. But with it still being this small, you don't lose any bottom end. I could about guarantee if you put this on a dyno, this camshaft will probably make more low end torque than the factory cam ever did, a lot more mid range, and a lot more top end power. And it'll increase the fuel mileage too. Just these factory cams they weren't much, they weren't really any count, but I don't like running a factory cam in anything. And this thing will idle just as smooth as a stock cam. I mean, it won't have no lope or anything. I doubt you'll even be able to tell it even has anything other than stock, and it might just sound a little bit better, but it won't have no lope or chop or anything. You step up around a 216, a 218 on the intake, you can start having a little bit of noticeable sound, but that's about where it begins at. So anyways, this makes a good truck cam, good SUV cam, and that's what this going in is, a truck. So it'll pull good, it'll tow good, and get good mileage. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Like I said, if I would have left that in there with just the factory style chain, I think it's a comp cams chain or a milling chain, I don't know. But it's just a factory replacement type deal. But it's way off. And like I said, I know it's the chain or the gear because I've actually checked it with another one on it. I've actually checked it with that chain over there to verify. And the cam is within, I think, a half a degree what the paper said it is, with a little bit better quality chain. So anyways, just wanted to let you know, always check everything, always measure everything. That way you know what you got. You spend all the money in these engines, even if it's just a basic rebuild like this, just set a 30 over cast piston deal, new rings and refreshed rods and refreshed heads, you still spend the money, and you might as well get every bang for your buck. And this is where you can really affect power, is cam timing. You can make something run really good, or you can make it run like garbage. And this one would have ran pretty badly. I'd hate to say it wouldn't have had any power. But anyways, we're going to fix that and allow this thing to run again. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back with you with some more tech videos.